Hello friends, welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the subscribe button because subscribe is free. Thank you friends. Enjoy today's topic. Logic and common sense suggest that issues in Harry's personal life will likely come to light at some point. There are rumors that Harry is struggling at home, dealing with difficulties not just with Meghan but also with her mother. Body language experts believe that Harry is highly dependent on Meghan, seeing her as a mother figure. It's clear that Meghan may have taken advantage of this dynamic to keep him close as long as he serves a purpose for her. However, there is a complication. Human nature, with all its complexities, meets specific needs for each person. Sometimes rationality and common sense are overshadowed. Harry's mental health concerns, largely stemming from the traumatic loss of his mother, Princess Diana, play a significant role in his current state. The profound grief and loss he experienced have undoubtedly shaped his emotional and mental well-being. Given these factors, Harry's dependence on Meghan and the potential for manipulation are concerning. His mental health challenges make him more vulnerable to such dynamics, which complicates the situation further. As these issues evolve, it will be crucial for Harry to seek the necessary support and address his mental health to find a healthier path forward. Meghan once claimed that she had a conversation with Princess Diana while lying on her grave. Initially, I dismissed this as a ridiculous statement. However, considering recent events, particularly Harry's behavior, it seems Meghan may have exploited this situation. She appears to be providing Harry with what he has longed for most of his life, a connection with his mother, by claiming to communicate with Diana on his behalf. Meghan's actions, such as rubbing Harry's chest or back and holding his hand like a child, indicate the control she has over him, even in public. This behavior shows how deeply she influences him, presenting herself as a nurturing figure he relies on heavily. It's clear that Meghan has taken advantage of Harry's vulnerabilities, particularly his unresolved grief and desire for maternal comfort. This dynamic is troubling as it suggests a significant power imbalance in their relationship, with Meghan positioning herself as the emotional anchor Harry desperately seeks. Harry rarely appears to hold his head up straight. Regardless of his age, it's clear he has unresolved issues. Meghan supports him in some ways, but she also seems to exploit his vulnerabilities for her own purposes. This dynamic likely reduces her fear of divorce. Meghan often acts like a mother figure to Harry, convinced that she has everything he desires. However, what must it be like for Harry to be at home, aimlessly pondering what to do each day, with Meghan potentially treating him like a child and aided by her mother? Harry might feel isolated, believing that everyone hates him and that there's no one to solve his problems as there once was. We all know how sharp Meghan can be. From my experience, seeing men bullied by their wives is never a beautiful sight. This situation paints a troubling picture of Harry's life, where he seems trapped in a cycle of dependence and manipulation, struggling to find his own identity and sense of peace. It's important to recognize that Harry is in a vulnerable position, often appearing as though he's under the care of a mother figure rather than acting as an independent adult. Harry needs to open his eyes and see the reality of the person he is dealing with. Meghan, as many, including Piers Morgan, have suggested, is often seen as a compulsive liar willing to say or do anything to achieve her goals. It seems that Meghan is abusing Harry daily, and unfortunately, Harry appears unable to break free from this cycle. Mental illness can have such effects, making it difficult for someone to stand up for themselves. A grown man would typically take a stand and politely decline such treatment. However, for Harry, there seems to be no turning back now. His behavior and choices since meeting Meghan have led him down a path that many find concerning and difficult to understand. The once strong and independent Harry now appears trapped in a situation where he's unable to assert himself or recognize the full extent of what's happening around him. In the final moments before she passed away, the Queen only used 3 words to communicate her feelings toward Meghan, that vile woman she is now. That was not typical of the Queen, since she always lived by the philosophy of never complaining and never explaining. She never did either of those things. If she were to say such, it would be an indication that she was experiencing a great deal of discomfort as a result of witnessing what was taking place. When it comes to the divorce, it will undoubtedly take place either when Harry matures into a couple, which is highly improbable, or when the circumstances imposed upon them. Harry has mental issues, but Rachel is even more mentally unstable and dangerous. Her manipulative tendencies are evident in how she has managed to isolate Harry from his family and friends. The extent of her influence over him is disturbing. In the final moments before she passed away, the Queen reportedly used only 3 words to communicate her feelings toward Meghan, expressing a rare and profound displeasure. This was not typical of the Queen, who always adhered to the philosophy of never complain, never explain. Such a statement, if true, would indicate that she was experiencing a great deal of discomfort due to the ongoing situation. Regarding the potential for divorce, it seems likely that it will occur either when Harry matures and realizes the reality of his situation, which many find highly improbable, or when circumstances force the issue. Harry's mental health issues are well documented, but Meghan, or Rachel as she is also known, appears to be even more mentally unstable and dangerous. Her manipulative tendencies are evident in how she has managed to isolate Harry from his family and friends, and the extent of her influence over him is indeed disturbing. The dynamics within their relationship raise significant concerns, and the future remains uncertain for Harry as he navigates these challenging personal and familial issues. Meghan has created a toxic environment where Harry is constantly under her control, unable to make decisions independently. Rachel's unpredictable behavior and her penchant for drama have only exacerbated Harry's mental health struggles. She thrives on chaos and controversy, dragging Harry into one scandal after another. This relentless turmoil has taken a toll on Harry, pushing him further into a state of confusion and dependency. It's heartbreaking to watch. I feel compassion for Harry. Once a beloved royal, he has been reduced to a shadow of his former self. He deserves better than to be caught in the web of Rachel's manipulations. The sooner he realizes the toxic nature of their relationship, the better chance he has at reclaiming his life and mental health. Before he met Meghan, Harry was known for his infectious smile and playful spirit. Now he looks downtrodden, a mere shadow of his former self. It's crucial for Harry to recognize the toxic dynamics at play and seek help. Only then can he begin to heal and perhaps find a path back to the happiness and vitality he once exuded. But let's be clear, there is no sympathy for this traitor. Any sympathy should only be extended to his late grandmother and grandfather, his father, brother, and sister-in-law, whom he once regarded as the sister he never had. Harry has betrayed the very family that supported and nurtured him. His actions have caused deep rifts and public humiliation. For those who stood by him through thick and thin, it's heartbreaking to see the pain etched on the faces of his family members who once held him so dear. He has turned his back on his heritage and responsibilities, choosing instead to follow a path of deceit and manipulation. This isn't the Harry we once admired. This is someone who has willingly allowed himself to be led astray, abandoning his duty and causing untold suffering to his loved ones. His brother, who once shared an unbreakable bond with him, is left to pick up the pieces and carry on with the burden of their fractured relationship. Harry's betrayal has not only hurt his family but also tarnished the image of the royal institution that has stood for centuries. The damage he has caused cannot be easily undone, and the trust he once enjoyed may never be fully restored. This sad turn of events serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of abandoning one's values and the people who matter most. His sister-in-law, once a close confidant, now has to shield her own family from the fallout of Harry's reckless decisions. It's clear that Harry has lost his way, ensnared by Meghan's influence and his own misguided choices. He must bear the consequences of his actions and the weight of the hurt he has caused. Until he opens his eyes and takes responsibility, there can be no forgiveness. The royal family and the public deserve better than the betrayal and dishonor he has brought upon them. Going back to Harry and Meghan's divorce, of course they will divorce. She's played him like a fiddle. She's played the long game, and it's turned into a nightmare for her. She knew from the start how messed up Harry was, his drug use, him being the spare, how close he was to William and Catherine and their children. It was all over the internet how much he wanted a family, so they went on a blind date. From the beginning, Meghan capitalized on Harry's vulnerabilities. She saw an opportunity and seized it, exploiting his emotional turmoil and longing for a family. The initial charm and excitement of their relationship quickly turned into manipulation and control. Meghan's understanding of Harry's psyche allowed her to create a dependency, ensuring he would follow her lead. As their relationship progressed, it became evident that Meghan's intentions were not as pure as they seemed. The fairy tale turned into a calculated move, with Meghan positioning herself as a victim and Harry as the misunderstood prince. This narrative allowed her to gain sympathy and support while isolating Harry from his family and responsibilities. The toll this has taken on Harry is undeniable. His once joyful demeanor has been replaced with a downtrodden and confused state. The constant turmoil and public scrutiny have exacerbated his mental health struggles, pushing him further into a state of dependency and despair. Meghan's actions have not only damaged Harry but also strained the relationships within the royal family. Despite the chaos and hurt caused, there is still hope for Harry. The first step is for him to recognize the toxic nature of his relationship and take responsibility for his actions. Only then can he begin to heal and rebuild the connections he has severed. The royal family, while deeply hurt, may find it in their hearts to forgive him if he shows genuine remorse and a willingness to make amends. He was like a snake, a black widow. She flattered him endlessly, making him feel special. Then she told him she was pregnant, knowing he would feel pressure to marry her. The royal family wouldn't allow a child to be born outside of marriage. Once they were engaged, she announced a miscarriage, knowing he couldn't back out without looking heartless. The manipulation began. She got her dream wedding and eventually had a child, knowing he wouldn't abandon his kid. When she had to work for her money, she grew unhappy. She wanted to move back to the US, expecting a luxurious life funded by his family and British taxpayers. She thought Hollywood would come calling because she was married to a prince. To keep the spotlight on her, she started giving interviews and sharing stories. Another child enters the picture. Harry puts his name on a book that she likely co-wrote with a friend. It's like he signed his name to their divorce papers. He's struggling mentally, using drugs, and even his own family has distanced themselves. He loves another woman, and he never truly loved me. Now he's cut off from his family, friends, and money. She wants the high life and isn't getting the attention she craves from A-listers or Hollywood. She can't be called Her Royal Highness and the world sees her true colors, turning against her. A divorce is looming and soon she'll be with another unsuspecting person. She expects a huge payout, needing child support and maintenance to keep up her lifestyle. Before anything is paid, the kids need DNA tests. Who knows if he's really the father? His drug and alcohol use could have affected his ability to have children. The divorce needs to happen before he turns 40 and gets the next part of his mom's estate. She knows exactly what she's doing. It's taking her longer, but now she realizes that no one, except maybe her mom and a male friend, likes or trusts her. He'll come back to the UK and be left alone and unseen, in my opinion. Then she'll release a book about her time with Harry and his family, detailing what she endured. Harry is just a puppet in Meghan's hands, controlled as she wishes. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. What do you think about these issues? Share your opinions in the comments below. Stay cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the King YouTube channel. Goodbye and see you in the next video.